Well, thanks for coming to talk to us. I know it's not the first time you come to spoke to the magazine, actually, because I think the last time we spoke to you was on your double Bob Graham round. But this time, obviously, talking to you about the Wainwrights, being the 7th person to ever finish it in 6 days, 3 hours and 50 minutes. How's it all sunk in yet? How's the recovery going?
Getting there now. Still got a bit of numbness in my feet, but my legs are fine. I've been out for a run.
Yeah.
Tested them out.
I think on social media, there's quite a few jokes about your feet, actually. Were they quite bad, were they?
They swelled up to size 12 from size 9.
Okay.
Well, they're not as bad as when I did the spine. I think
okay.
It took longer to heal. They're nearly there now. I've kept 3 toenails as well, which is
wow. That's
okay.
A record in itself, isn't it?
It is.
So I think the main question is why did you do it?
Well, because I don't know, because it's doable. I felt I could have a crack at it. I felt I had a good support team behind me.
Yeah.
I had it in my legs at the time, and I'm quite good at the long distance stuff. I mean, to get to sleep on top of mountains, why wouldn't you? You know?
Yeah. Is it always something that you've wanted to do then, or is it something, in the last couple of years you thought about doing?
Probably the last couple of years. I helped Tom Hollins out on his summer Wainwrights and then his winter Wainwrights, and I helped James Gibson out and John Keller.
Yeah.
So it was kind of natural. Once I'd done my double bob, I'd done spine, I realised I can do these things. So natural progression, really. I think just give it a crack. What's worse can happen?
I'm guessing, obviously, there's athletes that you've mentioned already. I'm guessing you've got a lot of advice from them and how they did it. And John Kelly's attempt was not a few months ago, really, and Sabrina's attempt. How much did you get off them for your own attempt? Oh yeah, you always soak it up when you're out with these guys. It was nice to look at the logistics side of it as well, how they organised it, because that's in a way bigger than the round, the round's 340 miles, but logistics is months to get it right. I'm a barber by trade, and I had to do spreadsheets and stuff like that, and it blew my mind. So luckily, there's people out there who help, such as our sport. Everyone helps each other, don't they? So I got in touch with Tori, and she looked after me. She made me a spreadsheet, and we're good. Yeah. So what makes this attempt such a hard thing for people to achieve? Because obviously I know it's the distance and there's the hills and stuff like that you've got to conquer, which is a huge amount. But I'm guessing timings and everything else, all the planning is probably a massive part of that challenge as well, isn't it? Yeah, you've got to plan your food stops out. You've got 24 different road stops. Yeah. You've got 24 different supports. You've got to have the same road stops all the way through. Can you have somebody there for a week? If not, you've got to overlap them. There's people wanting to get back to the cars. You've got people wanting to know some people don't know where it starts and finishes are, so you have to make sure there's pins going out to everyone, where to start, where to finish. There's always gear, there's always kit what you lose or what you need mid. So you have to make sure everybody's prepared and everybody's communicating. But this all needs to be done in advance, because you can't be thinking about it while you're out and about. So that's a big part of it. Also, once you start, it's such a big undertaking. Every time you do a leg, you might have another 8-hour leg, you might have another 20 miles. And especially at the beginning, you've got quite a few long legs. Yeah. And each long leg is pretty daunting, really, because you've got a long time until you get to the next car. And when you get to end and you're thinking back, what leg am I now? And, you've done 2 days and you're only on leg 5. You think, oh my God, I've got another 16 legs. But yeah, you get there, you just got to tick them off. Keep it small and keep it simple. Just tick them off. You eventually, instead of touching peaks and smiling, you just go, yeah. There's another. Come on, let's go. I'm guessing with all the events that you've done in the past, that's probably put you in a real good position. Because if I was planning to do the Wainwrights, say for example next year, I wouldn't even know where to start. I think you I think you've got to have so many events behind you to know what your body's capable of, how you're going to structurally plan these things, nutrition, all of those things have got to be spot on. So I'm guessing doing things like the spine race and all that sort of stuff and the grey mouse really helped you set you up for something like this.
Yeah, it's all experience, and it's a progression.
Yeah,
I've progressed all the way through my running career to the longer distances, and I've learned what my body can cope with, and I've learned even more now on the Wainwrights what my body can cope with to another extent. So yeah, just keep learning, everyone, can keep pushing. Anyone can do it. It's just learn from everybody around you.
Yeah,
as I did with Tom and James and John.
Let's talk a bit about timing, because obviously timing in the year is always something pretty hard to work out, because obviously the weather can have a massive impact on it. You went a little bit later than most people have done it. Was that, I know you didn't want to do a winter Wainwrights anyway, but was it always planned to go when you did, or was you planning a little bit earlier?
Well, I was supposed to go on the 16th of May, but I got water infection towards the beginning of May, which put my training back by about a week, 10 days.
Yeah.
So I just pushed it back. It wasn't ideal, but luckily I could juggle everyone around, and yeah, it worked out. It's a good job, because 2 or 3 more weeks in the bracken would be way too high.
Yeah.
In a lot of places it were getting to his knees, but it wasn't quite open.
Yeah.
So we could get through it. But yeah, definitely in a few weeks, some of them long descents would have been even longer.
Yeah.
Bracken bashing all the way down.
Different feet at the end of that as well. Yeah, I think I saw on your social media, literally on the day before that you went, I think you were planning for 6 days. So am I right in saying that pretty much everything sort of went to plan?
Yeah, pretty much. The weather probably slowed me down on one at nights. That's wet feet is what ruined the feet. But yeah, everything went to plan. Everybody were in place, and yeah, we're good.
How do you train for something like this? How do you? I mean, it's not like a normal training plan where you can go, okay, I'm going to do a back-to-back run on a Saturday and Sunday, and I'm going to do my normal miles. I mean, this is something a bit extraordinary. How do you build that? Well,
I just build as normal, but then I'll put extra hills in, extra long days in the mountains. As I said, I helped John out, I helped James out. I think one of the days I did 16. I did a double bob, not double bob. I did a triple Bob Graham support leg. So I did leg 2, 4, and 5, which was 3 weeks before. So and then I helped John out that same week. Just stuff like that. You just got to load it up, but also give yourself enough time to rest, let your body recover. You can't go mad thinking I've got to do 120 miles a week with stupid distance. I try to keep everything in 3-week blocks as a train. Yeah. Whether it be just a general fitness block or a hill climbing block. I live in an area with a lot of hills, so the most of my normal runs, I average between 1,000, 2,000 foot on each run I do. I'll try to go to lakes as much as I can, just to get the longer climbs, because the climbs around here longest. If I go to Studley Pike, it's about a mile, but it's nothing like what I need it in my legs. But as you said before, a lot of it is from past experience as well. Yeah. If you know what your body's like, I think the stuff I've done before has helped big time, just for confidence. Yeah. Yeah.
What about sleep? Because obviously this is a big part of it as well. And obviously, with the spine race, you obviously know sort of an idea how long you can go for before you sort of need to have those sort of naps. I always find, like, if I've done an ultra myself, is I've got an image or a plan of when I want to sleep, but actually, because I've been so nervous leading up to an event and I haven't slept so well, you can sometimes start these events absolutely knackered already before it, isn't it? Was it always for you, always like quick power naps, or did you think, no, I tell you what, if I need to sleep, I'm going to sleep for so long during the attempt?
I put down a bit on my schedule. I put down scheduled about 6 to 7 hours altogether at road stops. So I tried doing, if I was sleeping, I tried sleeping at night just to break the night up. I think I had the longest sleep I had was 2 hours down in Mosedale, and I woke up disorientated. My feet had swelled up because I'd stopped for 2 hours. I mean, in hindsight now, I wouldn't have had 2 hours. I'd had an hour.
Yeah.
I had a lot of power naps up on tops. I've got loads of pictures of me. One on play spell, sat down, asleep, went on trig. But yeah, I was just having 5 minutes. 5 minutes. As soon as I felt the world start closing in, I'd have 5 minutes, and I'd wake up and it was a big wide world again, and I could move well again. So yeah, I think I had 7 hours all in all, and probably about 15, 20, and then 5 minute naps even there. But yeah.
It's amazing to hear stuff like that, you know, like you said, I've heard a lot of athletes say, you know, just having that quick power in that 5 minutes, your body just sort of just gets a quick recharge, and then you're off and go again, rather than trying to, because sometimes people say, oh, actually having a couple of hours sleep is sometimes worse than having power naps, isn't it? When it comes to these, because you can go sort of into that deep sleep. Did you get to enjoy it? I know, obviously you've been on the course, and I know you've got your favorite parts, but yeah, I
enjoyed it all. Well, I enjoyed being out with people. You know, I had probably 45 to 50 people all in all, helping in various different ways. But I had some really good banter and smiles and laughs all the way around. Met a lot of new people as well. There must have been probably 15 people I never met before come out. So it's fantastic to meet people who've gone out of their way to help me. You know, a lot of people. Some people turning up with the kids, giving me sweets and stuff like that. People I hadn't seen for a while, so that was nice. One of my friends come down to Glenridden at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I could hear his laugh, and I thought, "Paul, is that you?" And he had so I've been moaning about having pizza, and he brought his pizza oven, his portable pizza oven, and he was making fresh pizzas. And 3 a.m. in the morning, that was awesome. Yeah, it was.
I mean, things like that, and obviously meeting different people, obviously it's quite a big mental battle as well. And actually, that probably keeps you going, because I can imagine there was points in that race where you just went, well, I say a race at the event, where everyone sort of just blurs up, and it's quite nice to see those different people. Yeah, it is. You got all sorts of conversations, you know, as yourself, you've been out on long runs, and the stuff you talk about is unbelievable, isn't it? It's like, sometimes it's like drunk talk, isn't it? You know, you're talking complete nonsense, but it just seems to go in there, doesn't it? So obviously we talked about the support teams that you've had. I mean, obviously that's big. I'm guessing you had a bit of like a core team that you sort of were with you for the majority, and then people filled in the gaps. Is that right?
Yeah. So called upon my friends and supporters who's helped me on likes of the double and bar, me Paddy Buckley's or etc. Yeah. So I kind of spread them out. I knew where I need people. I know what people's personalities are like. Try to work out what personality I need at what time. Also, try to cross them over, because I had somebody driving the van in between, but I needed somebody to be at each crossing from my feet care, etc. Yeah. So I'll try to overlap it all the way through, and I think I got a good mix. My feet were my feet. I mean, my feet are notorious. All the way back to my first ever Paddy Buckley, my feet have been crinkly mess. But it makes a good talking point. Yeah.
I'm guessing when you got to the end, I think a lot of kit just went straight into the bin, did it? Or did it?
No, actually, not this time. No, I did all right, yeah. Well, I think it did. I ended up, I had loads of new kit. I don't know. I've been sourcing whose kit it was, you know, just as I went along, I just ended up with new kit on me. Got a new jacket.
Did you try to change every single day? Did you, like, obviously a new set of clothes, feeling fresh, new pair of trainers, or?
Trainers I changed 4 times.
Yeah, okay.
The socks. I tried not to do my socks too much, but at first. So about halfway through, I started changing my socks really regular then. Just to get the first bit out of the way. But yeah, I think changed clothes quite a few times. I think I had a full change once. But yeah, did all right. It was a case of a warm cold all the time. So I was forever taking kit off and putting it on, just harassing all my support and this, and pass it back.
So I know you've done this event to try and raise some money as well, isn't it, for the charity that you've chosen? And I know that's quite close to you and personal to you. But I also saw on there, I think you're going to be planting trees for every person that helps you. Is that happening?
Yeah, well, I planted a tree for everybody. I've planted, can't remember how much it was. But for a national trust, so everyone's got a tree planted for. Try to make up for a carbon footprint that was on dashing around the lakes and cars, and hot wind coming out of me as well.
Yeah, I think it's important, isn't it, especially with Damien Hall obviously setting up the green runners and stuff like that. I think it's something we can all get chipped in, and I think
we need to think about, and if we can do little things like that, it'll help.
So I think the next question really, what's next for you? Is there a winter Wainwrights attempt that you want to do, or are you done with that?
I don't know. I don't like warm weather, so maybe one day, but not at the moment.
Okay.
I've got dragons back.
Okay.
I've got Lakeland 100 in 7 weeks. We'll see how my legs are. But yeah, I've got dragons back. I'm entered for spine again.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you were second that, so you're going to do it again, haven't you?
Yeah, well, I won the full route this time. Okay. Like it was a bit of a cop out, so I need to do the full route. So yeah, there's a bit of it I haven't done. It'll play on my mind. But yeah, I've got a route bubbling in my mind what's never been done. I haven't put it together yet. But I've got to work on that. And for some reason, Land's End to John O'Groats has come in my head.
Oh really?
Yeah, I don't know why. But no mountains. But maybe
there's a lot of road in that as well, isn't there? So
it's. I don't know. I wouldn't mind doing coast to coast.
Yeah, okay. It seems like these big long distance events is something seems to make you tick a little bit. Am I right saying that? Yeah,
it's what I'm good at. Definitely, I can't keep up with short races at all. Longer the better.
Yeah.
More painful.
that's the only thing is I used to always say that, so okay, I don't like doing 50 miles anymore because it's just too quick for me now. So we just go longer, you just end up going longer and longer, and hopefully experience and all that sort of takes over a little bit, doesn't it?
You just go into long distance mode, don't you?
Yeah.
I've always said that I'd rather do 100 miles than 5k.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Absolutely totally agree with that. Well, mate, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much for talking to us, and I can't wait to see you on the spine. I can't actually wait to see you on the Dragon's back, actually. I know there's some big names on there. I know Simon Roberts is going to be there. I know he's going to try and go for the win and all that sort of stuff. So what's your, is it just to complete the Dragon's back, or do you want to try and get on that podium, or not thought that far ahead yet?
I'm not sure yet. It'd be nice to get up there, maybe top 5 would be nice. But I've got to look at it to finish. It's a bit different to what I'm. Yeah. I like the non-stop. I've got to stop every day, which I don't know.
Well, rather than do like a multi-day type thing, you've rather just get it over and done with, sort of thing.
Yeah, and just get with no sleep. But it'd be interesting. It'd be nice to get up there, though, definitely.
Yeah. I know. Again, it's a little bit. It's a bit more technical, I suppose, as well on the terrain as well, isn't it?
Yeah. But I've done Paddy Buckley twice. So
so you beat.
I can get a bit of confidence from that. And Welsh 3000s as well. So I think a lot of it's on Welsh 3000s, isn't it? Yeah.
How quick did you do the Welsh 3000? Just out of interest.
I was with a group, so we didn't do it quick at all.
Okay.
About 8 hours, 9 hours or something, but
that's pretty good.
Without that, but Paddy Buckley's good though. I like that.
Yeah.
I prefer them mountains.
Yeah. Well, if you do Land's End to John O'Groats, I think that might actually beat you because it's not going to be as exciting as what you're used to. No. So I don't know why it's in my head. I blame Kevin McCann because he's walking it. Brilliant. Well,